Good afternoon. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to another episode of Real Talk with Mary Grace. Here we go. It is Thursday, the 6th of May, 2021. I had to think for a minute what the date was. Okay, so I'm live. Hope everybody's going to come in. Say hello as you come in. Please share this as you come in, and we'll get going here. Got a lot to talk about. Hello, hello, hello. Let me see if I can get situated here. I'm here. Here I am. Okay. Good to see everybody. Welcome in. Please say hello as you come in. And also just make sure that you share this. If you're in Facebook, share it into groups. If you are in YouTube, share it into groups. Copy the link, share it, paste it everywhere you can go, send it in text messages, send it in emails, however you can. Make sure on YouTube, please hit the thumbs up and then also hit the red subscribe button and hit the bell because the bell gives you a notification when I go live. So that's a good thing. And then also on Facebook, make sure you tag people. When you tag your friends, they see their name, they come to the channel, they watch the show. And that's one way that we get around some of the censorship. I've noticed on my Facebook, sometimes they give me the notifications like 4 days after the fact when somebody tags me. But anyway, they'll come watch the show eventually, so that's a good thing. And so thank you everybody that shares the show all the time. Thank you to all the supporters of the show. Thank you to those of you who go to the website marygracemedia.com and click on the support button. You know who you are. Some of you are monthly, some of you are one-time donors and supporters. That's awesome. It's great. It helps me to pay for putting on the show. It helps me to travel. It helps me just to dedicate the time that I do to coming on air to you every single day and not having to go and, work at a job. I can run my own business and work from home and do a show. So that's just awesome. And I appreciate all of you making that possible. When you buy superfoods from me, that also helps support the show. And if you haven't jumped on the superfoods train yet, what are you waiting for? Get healthy, get superfoods into your body. I don't know if you guys saw the video that I shared in my Telegram the other day about what's in the food. I mean, they put some pretty nasty stuff in the food, you guys, especially if you're buying processed foods. They put all kinds of fillers and binders and synthetic things in the food. And so I would just take a closer look at that. And what we have is real food. It's no binders, no fillers, no synthetics, nothing artificial. Everything is real, and you're getting the best nutrition on the planet delivered right to your door. So if that's something that you've been thinking about and making a change, email me info@marygracemedia.com and you can get $100 off of an entire 30-day reset. That's a really good deal. So you're going to get $100 off retail. Somebody just said, waiting patiently for the next order. I messed up and missed last month. Yeah, that happens sometimes. Send me an email. I'll help and check and make sure that doesn't happen again. Um, I've had that happen. That's not a good thing. I stock up on superfoods now because I never ever want to miss another day of superfoods. So anyway, somebody said hi to Barley. Yes, my Barley cat is now being featured on the YouTube channel. If you guys didn't see him yesterday, I had a video of him and my dad. So that video has had almost 1,000 views. Do you remember when I told you that I thought um, the Barley videos might help with our views and the censorship on YouTube? I think I'm right about that. So when you get onto the YouTube channel, Mary Grace Media, make sure you go look for the shorts of Barley Cat, and you can look for hashtag Barley Cat also, and it's he's pretty cute. So they have this thing now where you can do super short videos, and you can go find Barley. Barley's our cat, and he is pretty cute. So I'm not gonna lie. And here's a question. I have a question. How Does anyone on the planet give a cat video a thumbs down? Like, do you have soul? 4 thumbs downs on Barley's video. So please go to the Barley cat videos and give them all thumbs up and good comments because that's just crazy. I mean, who could do that? For real. Like, what's wrong with you? I mean, even if you don't like cats, I get it. But he's like the most cutest cat on the planet. He's so stinking cute. How could you give him a thumbs down? Okay, I'm gonna leave that there. Now, um, yeah, I know, my dad too, adorable, right? The latest video is really cute. He was teasing Barley. Pretty cute. Okay, they must get paid per thumbs down. Yeah, so you guys go give a thumbs up to Barley. I mean, come on. Like, how could you don't have to give me a thumbs up too, but Barley is so cute. You can't even miss it. Now, speaking of videos, Todd is at the Arizona audit again. He's an observer, and we're going to go on a mission to find him because he got there at, I believe, 2 o'clock Eastern. And so, no, 2 o'clock Mountain Time. So he should be in there now. And here's what I want you to do. If you can do this without leaving my channel, go, somebody help me. I don't know if you can help me, Delia, if you're on if you have another device. So I want to go to azaudit.org. This is the website. Okay, I need somebody to go there. I need you guys to scan the live cameras and see if we can find Todd. We're going on a mission finding Todd. And he said, this is what he told me. He said he's got on an orange shirt because that's what they wear. The observers wear orange. He's wearing beige slacks today, not jeans, beige slacks. And he got a haircut. So that should narrow it down. We're looking for Todd. So if anybody can find him on the AZ Audit live feed and tell me what camera you're seeing him on, I'll put him up on the show and we'll watch him for a minute. Okay. Can anybody help me do that? Beige slacks, orange t-shirt, fresh haircut. And I think he has a face shield. He doesn't have a mask. But listen, I was talking to him because this is his second day, and he said he got a yes, he said beige slacks, Karen, not khakis, beige slacks. Okay. Um, so he said he got this email today or yesterday that somebody sent him an email and they were asking for all of this information about him, trying to vet him for being observer today. Now he's already been an observer one other day, but they were trying to get all of his social media information. They wanted him to send all this. He noticed that it was from a Gmail address, and so he sent it to somebody that he knows, who he thought would have a little more information. And they said that it looks like a phishing email that somebody was trying to dox him. That's what's going on. So if if you're working at the AZ audit and you get these kinds of emails, wait, we have a Todd sighting, camera 9. Okay, hold on a second. Anyway, if you get these kinds of emails, don't fall for it. Don't send them your information. Camera 9. Really? I don't see him. Did he go out? Is he still on the picture? Way in the back. How are you seeing that? How did they get his name? That's a good question. All right, let me see if I can zoom in here. Camera 9 has orange shirts, but I don't see beige pants. I don't see even any orange shirts on camera 9. I see yellow shirts. They're not calling yellow orange, are they? Because that would be a travesty. Not the same. Okay. I see beige slacks, but a dark blue shirt. Are we sure it's camera 9? Wait. Okay, hold on. I see orange shirts, but dark pants. One of them's a woman, so that's not Todd. And one of them has on jeans, and that's too big in the back to be Todd. It's kinda that person's a little bit heavy set. Um, alright, let's keep looking. Uh, did he go behind the storage thing? Okay, I see one person in orange. Okay, somebody's behind the storage thing. I'll keep looking. I don't see him on camera 9. His hair is, his hair is kind of, uh, a little bit like dusty blonde, a little bit like my darker parts of my hair, yeah. He's not like surfer blonde, unless he's been dyeing his hair, but last time I saw him, he didn't have that. Okay. I see a yellow shirt, can't see slacks now, but there is a face shield. Okay, listen. Face shield, fresh haircut, orange shirt, beige slacks, tan slacks. azaudit.org. I don't think I see him on camera 9. Okay, everybody keep looking. I'm going to keep talking. Now, there's some interesting things happening with the audit. And I think that yeah, there's a lot happening with the audit. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. I was on the wrong camera. How did that happen? Okay, hold on. Let me see if I could find him. Todd, where are you? Wait, 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 wait. Oh my gosh. Guys, is that him? Is that him? Right? Oh, on this side? Think that's him? I don't know. All right, we'll have to keep checking. This is harder than I thought it would be. I think that person has a mask. Needs a shield. Okay, if somebody's on a computer and they can zoom in, that would be great. He said you can't. Okay, look right above the guy in jeans with the orange shirt. The guy in the jeans with the orange shirt. Further back or closer up? I should probably be doing this on my iPad. All right. No, I don't think anybody really wants to watch me looking for Todd on here. Okay. All right. If we get a good bead on Todd, somebody send me a screenshot and then I'll show you. I thought it would be kind of fun. Under the black flag. That's not a flag, but I know what you mean. I don't see him yet. Todd, where are you? Todd. So, oh, there's a lady in beige slacks. So I talked to him a little bit about the audit. He said that the NDA was very strong, and so he couldn't really give me details. But he said it's very strict. He said that you can't. He said that the way that they're doing the counting is very strict, and that the observers have to stay behind a line. They have to go. They have to go. Right up they can go right up to the line, and then they can't go over, and they can't talk to the counters or anybody, any of the checkers or the counters or anything. They can't do that. So I thought it was kind of interesting, but he was the so somebody was trying to dox him, And I think they're probably trying to do that to all the observers. Can you imagine? I mean, you sign up to do your patriotic duty, and the Marxists want to cancel you just for showing up and standing around for 5 hours looking at ballots being put through a scan, through an audit process. That's pretty bad. That's pretty desperate. And I was thinking about this today because I mean, the left are just beside themselves about what's happening right now. There's court cases. The Secretary of State in Arizona is, whining and complaining. She wrote a really long letter, trying to get more access, more custody of the process. The DOJ went in and the DOJ went in and tried to get access to the ballots. And I was very happy to see uh, one of the AZ officials. Let me see if I can find it. I had it pulled up and I lost it, but it was a tweet. Does anybody? I can't remember who said this, but they basically said, "Hey, Justice Department, leave our Arizona ballots alone unless you want to end up in an Arizona jail." So it's interesting because they're they're trying desperately to derail this whole process. And the question that I have is, if you, they're the media and the left, same difference, are constantly beating the drum of fairness and truth, and they're calling our questions about the election the big lie and all of that. And yet, when we begin a process to look for the truth, they want to shut it down. And I mean, you would hope that any thinking person would see the flaw in that anybody that spends all this time saying that it's a lie would welcome the truth, right? And here's the other thing. They've completely memory holed the fact that they spent 3 years talking about Russia, 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 that Donald Trump stole the election with the help of Russia, Russia, Russia. They've completely memory holed that. It's like it never happened. And you know what I find very interesting about that as well is that if they were so certain that that Donald Trump stole the election, well, they started the Mueller investigation. They didn't find anything from that. But here's the thing. Did any single person, oh my gosh, hold on. Wait, we have a Todd sighting. Remind me where I was. I don't want to lose my place. Did any single person, are we on camera 9? Camera 9? Camera 9? Millie on YouTube, we're looking for Todd at the AZ audit. He's working there today. Okay, hold on. Let me find him. Okay, where is his whereabouts? Oh gosh, where is he? Where are you, Todd? What quadrant of the room is he in? There's a bunch of red shirts all congregating together. He said it's kind of boring. He said some of the observers are really lazy and all they do is sit there. I don't see him. All right, I see jeans and a shield. He's standing between the green shirts and the yellow shirts. Okay. Green shirts, yellow shirts. Really? I know it's not the guy with the shorts and the white tube socks. That's so not Todd. Green shirts, yellow shirts. Well, Todd's very ADD, so he could be all over the place. I mean, if we want to be honest. Okay. Wait, did I find him? Is that him? No, that person's too small. He's like a water bug. Let me see if I can find the shot. Somebody put a screenshot on Telegram. I should have told him to stand still. Like he would listen to me. Okay. Here we go. Are you sure that's him? Okay, he's near those, slightly to the right of the big black boxy thing. Okay. How tall is Todd? Todd is about 5'10", maybe. Okay, let me see. You think that's him? That's hard to tell. He's got his arms crossed. Okay. It's a little bit anticlimactic. He has his back to the camera. Beige slacks. All right, Todd, if you can hear me, you need to come close to the camera. All right. Oh, well. Okay. Now, what was I saying? I was saying that during the Russia investigation, during that entire charade, here's what I noticed is that wouldn't it have been just as easy for anybody, like anybody, to call for an audit of that election? Like, isn't it interesting because with this election, it was just a matter of days before our team, before Rudy Giuliani and Jenna Ellis and the really anybody that was paying attention was able to hone in on very specific areas where it was clear that something nefarious had happened. We knew that they had shut down the counting at certain times. We knew that they had shut it down in certain cities. We saw the numbers going from literally not just reversing, but taking votes away from Trump, adding more votes to that other person, the resident in chief, his fraudulency. And we saw that. And yet, and so from the minute that Her Heiny Highness lost, um, they were crying foul, but nobody had any facts. Nobody came forward and said, hey, we've narrowed it down. We know that Russia got into the voting machines on this state and in this district and this precinct and this city or this collection of cities. Nobody did that. And here's what I find interesting as well. It's not just that the Democrats didn't do it. It's actually that nobody did it. We had the Senate and the House. We had the House. Sorry, we had the House after the 2016 election, and do we have the Senate too? I'm trying to remember. It's been such a blur. We had the majority, and nobody fought back. Nobody on the Republican side said, hey, we're going to settle this once and for all. We're calling for an audit. Did you guys notice that? Nobody did that. One of the problems is that the state legislatures, we had the majority in both houses, right? In both chambers, correct, Delia? The problem, and this is something that was unearthed in the last 6 months, that nobody knew what they could do. Like nobody knew their powers. And so what's been happening since the big lie of the 2020 election is that we've actually had people going around and educating people about what really went on and also what their powers are at the judicial I'm sorry, at the legislative level, at the state level. And so this has actually been a good thing because we have states that are making new legislation to prevent this kind of thing from happening again. But my point, going back to what I was saying about audits, is that the left are completely losing it about this audit, and they are beside themselves to stop it. And if they're accusing us of lying, then the simple solution to proving their accusation would be, let's have an audit and we will show you the proof that they're lying. Because in America, the burden of proof is actually on the accuser. People seem to be forgetting that. Uh, all of these FBI raids, all of the accusations, everything that's been done to vilify and label us as liars, the proof, the burden of the proof is actually on the Democrats. They're the ones who really should be holding the audit to prove, oh, you're lying. You actually didn't win. But because they have the media in their pocket, because the media is the propaganda arm of the Marxist Democrat Party, all they have to do is repeat the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, which is they're lying, they're lying, they're lying, they're lying. And everybody that's sitting in front of the idiot box just eats the same steady diet of their lies. And nobody sits there and thinks, wait a minute, if they're lying, why don't you prove it to us? Right? Okay. Somebody said they might see Todd on camera 6. Let me check. Does anybody else see him on there? I wish he could take a break, a phone break, and go text us and tell us where he is. All right. Orange shirt. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, I think that's him. Hold on. Now he's moving again. Stop. Be still. Be still, Todd. Stop moving. Oh, darn it. I think he's going off camera. Gosh. I told you, ADD. Where'd he go? If that's him, he looks very official with that clipboard. I think that might be him. I'll have to ask him, wait, if he's going to tuck in his shirt or not. I can't tell. Is that him, Millie, on camera 6? Wearing the tennis shoes? Oh, yeah. That's him. That's him. That's him right there. See him? Strolling along. He's got his hands folded in front of him, white shoes on. Yeah, I think that's him on camera 6. I think we've spotted Todd. Face shield. He's got the face shield strategically pulled up a little bit. Same guy? Okay, yeah, Delia, I think that's him. Yep. So he has to stay behind these lines. Oh, yeah, that's him. Okay, now I can tell by the way he's walking. Okay. All right, now I know it's Todd. Now he's going to go talk to some person in a crazy hat. He's talking to that person in that crazy hat back near that black thing. That's Todd. This is like Waldo. He even makes orange look good. Oh, I'll tell him that. Okay, so let me tell you what else he told me before we forget. I know it's totally him. It's totally Todd. Okay. All right, now don't get distracted by watching Todd on the AZ audit cam. But I wanted to tell you, he started an AZ audit chat room, and I dropped the link into my Telegram because he's holding a live chat on Saturday night at he's holding a live chat this Saturday night at 10:30 Eastern, 10:30 Eastern, and he has a special guest, and this is a woman that is has a legal background, and she's going to be answering questions. So anybody that has questions about the voting process, about the audit process, about everything that you might ever want to know about the election audit, he's going to have a live chat. He said, the guests that he's having on will answer any questions. And so the link to his live chat, his chat is in my Telegram. So if you go to Mary Grace Media Official, did I put that link on my official Telegram? Okay, maybe not. Maybe I need to add it to that. Millie, do you have admin to that? Some of you guys saw the link. Okay. So, oh gosh, there's the hat. What is going on with that hat? Listen, this lady was really smart. She wore the hat so all her friends can find her. We need to tell Todd to wear a hat like that. Yeah. Look. Look at the hat. Todd needs a hat. Todd needs a hat. Okay. So, all right, Mary Grace Media Official. So Todd has a um an official group now on Telegram just for the AZ audit, and you can join that. He got banned from the other group. There was some drama. I don't know the whole story, but okay. Oh, we have a great comment that just popped up on Facebook here. You just posted on Telegram. Yeah, Todd needs a hat. The lady looks like a beekeeper. Hey, but everybody can find her. Let's tell Todd to wear one of those safari hats with the netting over it. Do you think they'll let him get away with that? Okay. So, Nadine on Facebook just said something interesting. Biden was in my town today of Lake Charles, Louisiana. I had to go to location where he was for my job. It was pitiful. There was no one there but police and Secret Service. The area he was speaking was secluded, and even the local broadcast news wasn't allowed in to see. All a show, no crowd. So his fraudulency was in Louisiana. What was he there for? Probably to kill more jobs in the oil industry. That's pretty much what he does, right? That's very interesting. But he's the most popular. There was a YouTube video today of him speaking somewhere, and he had I don't know, maybe 200 thumbs up and then thousands of thumbs down. But hey, 81 million votes. Most popular president ever. Yep, that's him. Yep, Sir Fraudulency. Crazy. All right. So make sure you go to Todd's live stream on Saturday night, and then the audit. Okay, there's a couple of other things about the audit that I wanted to tell you. Yeah, not even local media allowed. Interesting. Well, then that begs the question: if a fake president shows up for an event and nobody's there to see it, did it actually happen? Or is there actually a person? Does he exist? I think that's a legitimate question. I mean, they're just telling us he was there? He could have been in front of a green screen for all we know, right? I think that's a legitimate question. Non sequitur here. I found something on the Wayback Machine today. Merriam-Webster changed the definition of the V word on January 26, 2021. Really? Hey, Scott Smith. Thank you for your for sending me a check in the mail. Appreciate that. Ryan, can you tell us more? Did anybody see BHO and Oprah? I don't think he travels anywhere. Kamala was here in Providence yesterday. Really? Oh, hold on a second. I missed another comment. Yeah, Ryan on Ryan S. If you can give us more information about that definition, that would be very interesting. Okay, speaking of jobs, in my area, moms are telling me the bus drivers aren't even showing up to drive the buses. Local businesses have signs begging for workers. One place shut down for a week because nobody wants to work. They make more money with unemployment. That's true. Yeah. Kamala. And he apparently isn't aware that Louisiana is part of America. Nadine, how do you know he was there? Did you see him legit? Like, did you see him? If a fake president falls down in your town and nobody hears him, did he make a sound? Or is it just the sound of one hand clapping? I think these are legitimate questions. Now, um, here's what I wanted to talk about a little bit is I want to go back to the audit because there's a group on Telegram called Arizona Red Roots. I've been following some of their stuff, and this is very interesting because it turns out that the most secure election in history um, wasn't actually that secure. Are you surprised? I'm not. but but there's some interesting things that are coming out. Um, and one of those is that this is I'm just going to read you this, okay? And some of this might seem a little dry, but it's a really important, and I want people to really be paying attention and understanding that this is part of history because the people that are doing this audit is going to be the first domino. Now, that being said, we don't know exactly the outcome of what we're going to find. We don't know what procedures will happen, as a result of this, but this is big, and the reaction by the media, the reaction by the Secretary of State in Arizona is just an example of that. Okay. um Millie, what are you saying what to? All right, listen. Maricopa County tabulation. So the Maricopa County Tabulation and Election Center is where ballots are and where the ballots were processed and tabulated and signatures were verified. It is reported that the D Company had offices inside. The Board of Supervisors is refusing to turn over the routers. The Senate must enforce their subpoena and hold the board in contempt. The Senate must take over MC Tech, that's that office, and audit the remaining equipment, including routers, IP addresses, access points, switches, firewalls, subnets, data logs, and Nest cams. To quote from Judge Thomason's order, the statutes of this state give the senators the right to issue subpoenas and to enforce those subpoenas. Take action now. And I believe that was posted yesterday. So this is interesting because in in all of their fussing and fighting against giving information and passing the ballots over, now we're finding out that the area that where the tabulations were done, that we haven't even been given access to that. And wait, there's more. It gets even more interesting. Uh, okay, so I told you that Biden sent the DOJ to interfere, but then there was something else that happened, and that is that let me just find this. Oh, okay. Yeah, the DOJ interference. This is what I thought was really interesting. So this is Senator Rogers in Arizona says, do not touch Arizona ballots or machines unless you want to spend time in an Arizona prison. So the DOJ has no place in this audit. They have no jurisdiction. They shouldn't even be there. This is not the federal government has no jurisdiction. Now this is where it gets really interesting. Senator Kelly Townsend, Arizona. We have just learned that the county supervisors did not have the password to the machines. Just the D Company had it. What was in the contract? Another reason to not sine die, so we can fix that legislatively. Okay. One of the things that's happening in Arizona is that the legislature is talking about what do you call it when they deconvene? Not the opposite of convening. They're talking about ending the legislative session, and so Arizonans are being urged to contact them and say you absolutely should not adjourn. That's the word, adjourn. You should not adjourn the legislative session. This is the last thing you should do. Um, so this is a big deal. But what was the other thing I wanted to say? All right, this is the part that I wanted to tell you. Okay, this is shocking. This is shocking. Delia, you got in touch with them? Good. Okay. Um, this is crazy. Okay, this is from Gateway Pundit. System administrators are individuals who have access to the systems at their highest levels. These individuals are able to perform all sorts of duties. They are able to perform most all the functions and changes in a system. They have complete and total control and can even delete or alter system logs. Praying Medit said to email them. Okay. Uh, listen to this. This is crazy. The fact that the county does not have system administrators who have administrative access to the D company voting machines is a big concern. By allowing the D company to have the administrative access only, the county has basically turned over the system to the D company voting machine system people. There is no IT control here because that's been ceded to the D company. Like, you guys understand what we're talking about, right? That the Secretary of State has been entrusted with the keys to the kingdom. She's the keymaster. That's her job. Her job is to oversee this. She's the one that has total and complete administrative control of this process. This is one of the biggest counties in the country. The percentage of votes that come out of this county is the biggest in all of Arizona. This is the majority of where the votes of Arizona come from. This is one of the counties that is responsible for flipping this election to his fraudulency. And so we're finding out that these people don't even have the password. And she goes on live media complaining that she doesn't have the password, like that's a bad thing. They just outed themselves. And then we find out, due to the good reporting of the Gateway Pundit, that they actually, not only do they not have the password, but that they turned over everything. They turned the control of the whole process over to the company that made the machines. I think most of my listeners get the gravity, the idea of how grave a situation that is. I mean, this is like, I'm just laughing because it's so ridiculous. This is like if you hire a team of ex-cons to install the security system in your bank vault, and and then, I mean, I'm laughing because it's so ridiculous. And then you hire and then you hire the head of the team of ex-cons to run the bank vault, and you give him sole access to the combination. And then when your team robs the bank, and the other team calls you out on it, then you call us the liars, and then you turn around and say, hey, we don't even have the password, we don't even have the combination to the safe. I mean, oh gosh, you guys. I mean, how much more obvious could it get that the people that are supposed to be running the show here are the actual criminals? This is just beyond obvious. And they had no expectation that we would go this far. I really think that when President Trump got into office, they were so content in the scam they were running for so long that they got sloppy, they got lazy, and they thought that they had every single person in the bag, including traitor Paul Ryan. And and so they never expected that anyone would step up to the plate and start, poking under rocks and lifting up the rugs and finding the trap door under the carpet. They had no idea that that was going to happen. They didn't expect it. And so, for example, the fact that we're calling for that, not only did we call for the audit, but the people of Arizona just persisted and wouldn't let it go. And they're setting the example for the rest of the country. And they never expected that. They because they had the R's in their pocket too. That's what people need to understand. They had they had the uniparty all set, and so they just traded off leadership from from every 4 years, every 2 years, and they, it was like, "Oh dang, oh darn, the Republicans lost this one. We'll get it next time. Gee whiz, golly, we'll just congratulate the other guy." And that's what happened for so long while they were literally raping the country and stealing everything that you've worked for your whole life and telling you that you were the crazy one for questioning it. That's what they were doing. And so and when Trump came in like a wrecking ball, um when Trump came in like a wrecking ball and totally, knocked all the china off the shelf, that is when everybody started to panic because they knew, he wasn't one of them. And I know you know that, but we're seeing the fallout of that now. Because again, they never called for an audit of the Russia hoax because they knew that if anything, they would find more votes for Trump. It would turn over the fact that the D company was complicit in actually trying to rig the election for Her Heiny Highness, and that they failed. So that's why nobody on either side called for an audit, because they had all conspired to put her in office. And then in comes Trump and just pulls the rug out from under all of them. And then he spends 4 years teaching us to fight and showing us that the only way through is to fight. And then when this whole big lie took place and he exited stage left for a temporary time, that left a fighting, uh, really pissed off group of patriots who were not going to leave any stone unturned. And that's where we are now. And so, a lot of what we're seeing with the left is that, their backsides are being exposed because they didn't have a contingency plan, and they never ever thought that we had the mettle and the fight in us to keep pushing and pushing and pushing and demanding the audits or anything else for that matter. They really didn't think that we would go through with this. They thought that we would just dutifully listen to our betters like we always have in the past and say, "Oh, well, better luck next time." They even got their pawns in the ministry, in high-ranking ministry positions, to tell us that it was unchristian not to support his fraudulency, that we should just pray for him and support the leaders that God has put in place. Well, no, that's not what we're doing, because anybody with half a brain and even like a soul that's remotely awake knows that this is the biggest lie and that they stole this, and this is not God ordained, that his fraudulency is going to be unseated and that there's nothing true about what happened. And so this is a big deal. Um and and the lion is being awakened. That's what's really happening here, is that the people that have been asleep for so long and who have been told they're there, don't make a fuss, have have finally awakened, and they're going, not on my watch, not on my watch. We're taking it back. And we're seeing that with election integrity. We're seeing it in the schools. We're seeing it with these parents and students who are demanding their medical freedoms. This is a big deal, and you're part of that. You are part of that. And part of my message today is that I want to make sure that people understand the privilege of the time that we're in and the role that you play. And this is why sometimes I come down hard on the troops, because sometimes I see people flagging and losing momentum and getting distracted and starting to major on the minors. And we can't afford to do that anymore. And so I really want to urge you, I want to encourage you to really focus and major on the important things. Keep your focus on the win, on the bigger picture here. Because there are a lot of little niggly minor things that could get you down, and that you could go off on these tangents, like whether the president, got the procedure done in his arm, that kind of thing. Like, stop. Don't let the devil get you sidetracked on that specific topic, because you're missing the much, much bigger picture here if you do that. If you let that one thing get you out of the fight because you're so distracted by that. It's really important, because this is our moment. This is our time to not only to take back the country, but to rise to the occasion that you're being called to. There's a reason that you're told to put on the armor every single day. And that's not so you can slink away and go navel gaze over some little tiny minutia that you don't understand in the process. The president has access to information that you will never have access to. He made decisions, and he will continue to make decisions. I'm talking about President Trump. He will continue to make decisions based on all of the intel, knowing, in spite of how much it hurts to see it, that there will be casualties in some cases. But he always has to weigh the lesser of the two bad things that he's faced with, because we're in a time of war. He is a wartime president. He's faced with really, really hard decisions every single day. And so if you're tempted to get sidetracked by those little things, just remember that. Remember, God sees more than I see. The president sees more than I see. I'm going to have to trust that the decisions that he's making and the things that he's saying are based on a much broader base of information and knowledge than I have. Can you do that? Okay, somebody said there was a mic drop. What was the mic drop? I don't even know that I had a mic drop. Okay, but now there's one thing that I did want to talk about really quickly, and this is a completely different topic, but I think that I need to bring it up because okay, this doesn't even make this is what I mean. All right, somebody on Facebook is saying something that this is important, okay? Because this is an example of letting the little foxes distract you from the bigger picture, okay? But we, the patriots, are making the changes for the better while others comply and get to enjoy the fun activities and no stress. Think about what you're saying. Really? I mean, all of us are allowed a few minutes every now and then of a little bit of like self pity, but we can't go there. We can't go there. You're called, you have a higher calling as a patriot and a Christian. It's not always going to feel good. Okay. So, now let me talk about something, because those of you who are on Telegram and on the internet, we're in a time of a lot of transition, and a lot of people have been talking about a lot of people have been talking about like financial changes, currency changes, investment situations, and I want to start by saying that I'm not giving any investment advice. I'm not an investment advisor. I'm not an accountant. I'm not an attorney, and even if I were, I'm not your advisor, accountant, or attorney. So I want to make that clear before I say this. But what I wanted to say is that um, I want to say is that there there's a lot of opportunities right now for those who are awake and who are looking for those opportunities. And the tables are turning to where the average person, the what you call the not the institutional investor, but the 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 everyday consumer has access to being able to invest in fractional shares of stocks, to be able to invest in cryptocurrency, to put $5 into an investment, however much you can. And I'm talking about this right now because I'm in some chat rooms where I'm seeing people who are jumping in and they're excited about some opportunities, some things I watch on Reddit. And I'm not an expert in any of this, but I do observe the bigger picture. And I'm bringing this up because one of the things that I see in a lot of these chats about investments is that there are people who are kind of wet behind the ears, and that's not a bad thing, but there's a certain naivete that people are bringing to the conversation that in some ways makes you a sitting duck for scams. And so I wanted to caution you as you are maybe dipping your toe in the water of new areas, of new arenas, whether it's investing in silver, whether it's investing in cryptocurrency, anything like that, discernment and wisdom, and make sure that you do your due diligence, and make sure that if you do decide to jump in and try something for the first time, just be aware. My rule of thumb with things like this for me personally is that when I try a new venture like that, I treat it the same way that I would treat going to an auction or going to the casino. And that is that I only go with money that I don't need to pay the bills and to stay solvent. And so that's a rule of thumb that I have, and that I try my best to do my due diligence before I even walk in the door. And I know my limit before I go in. And so I'm saying this again because I see a lot of people who are flooding into chats because of opportunities that are coming, and that's great. And I think that there are some really good opportunities out there. And again, I'm not going to tell you which ones to look at or to invest in, but I'm telling you, just, buyer beware, and understand that anytime you invest, that the stock market, even though they call it securities, it's not secure. You could lose everything. And so be aware of that. Be aware of that as you are wading in. Again, try, go ahead and take some risks, but only do it with what you can afford to risk. And one of the things that I've done in the past is, and everybody's different. Everybody has a different way of doing things. So, if you're just living like, moment to moment, and you don't have anything extra, that's I'm not talking to you. I'm not telling you to take a risk. You got to get your house in order first. Okay. Um, but uh, but what I'm saying is make sure that, whatever you're using is something you can afford to lose. And so one of the things I do sometimes to get that extra cash is I go through the house and I look at things I don't want or need, and I sell them on Craigslist or Facebook or eBay. And then I know that that's just extra money, that it was something that was literally sitting in my house that wasn't making me any money. And so if I risk it, uh, then it's not taking away from my family budget, or from bills that I have to pay. And that's my approach, and I just felt led to put that out there. And, as with everything, the Bible says, "If any man lacks wisdom, ask, and I will give it to you." And so as you're going into a situation, an opportunity, um, just ask for wisdom and tread with a certain degree of caution, knowing that everything that you put in could just poof disappear. Okay. And then be very careful about getting engaged with people in chats that you don't know who offer to help you, especially in a private message. Just be aware of that, because there are people who are looking for the new kid, and trying to give you opportunities. Okay. And so, that's just something that I wanted to bring to your awareness, okay? And again, not investment advice, just a little bit of life coaching. And I hope that you found that valuable. Now, I will be on live Monday at 5:30 Eastern, and yeah, somebody said they do it on Facebook. Yep, exactly. Um, There's all kinds of ways to make money, you guys. Uh, I'm pretty good at it, but I'll be back on Monday at 5:30 Eastern. And what else? Oh, make sure you message me if you want to get superfoods. It is info@marygracemedia.com. A lot of people are doing this. Get into your best health, because again, this is your time. You are in the army to see this through, and you need to live a long life, a healthy life, so that you can finish this fight, and you can be here with us to do it. So get yourself healthy, take personal responsibility for your own body, for your own health, put your own oxygen mask on first, and do that by starting with superfoods. Info@marygracemedia.com. I'll have to slow down. Info@marygracemedia.com to get a voucher to save over $100 off of your first full month of superfoods. And it's a great deal. And let's see. What else? Go to my website, marygracemedia.com, click on support. If you want to support the show, there's a couple of ways to do that. And I think that's it. Oh, and make sure you check my YouTube channel, Mary Grace Media, for the short videos of Barley the cat, because apparently he's pretty popular and he's getting a lot of views, and he's helping us get around the censorship on YouTube. So, should have figured that in the first place. But don't give him thumbs down. I mean, seriously, give Barley thumbs up. All right. Love you guys. Thank you to the moderators, and we'll be back on Monday. Monday, 5:30 Eastern. Everybody have a great weekend, and happy Mother's Day to all you moms and grandmas.